And Donna, Jon Stewart, I don't think there's any mystery as to who he's going to vote for in November if it comes down to Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. But isn't his voice very progressive, kind of one of the problems for Hillary Clinton? And there are a lot of progressives out there, you're sitting next to one of them, who have their doubts about her.
You're looking at a progressive. You're looking at somebody who I believe has fought for every battle on the progressive cause. But you're also looking at someone who has as well. Hillary Clinton has been out there in the fight for as long as I can remember. Jake, I remember when I worked for the Children's Defense Fund, working on a project with Marian Wright Edelman. This is a woman who went back to my beloved South, your beloved South, to fight for poor kids, to make sure they have health insurance. A woman who believes that human rights, equal rights, they're important symbols of our national government. So I disagree with Jon Stewart, who I love and admire, but she's a woman of strong convictions.
And Senator Merkley, your home state of Oregon, I would say they vote Tuesday, but they've probably been voting for the last 3 months. But the final result comes in on Tuesday. Bernie Sanders is expected to do quite well there, but the math, the delegate math, is almost insurmountable. Take a look. You have Clinton with 1,720 pledged delegates, plus 521 superdelegates, 2,241. Bernie Sanders, 1,426 pledged delegates, 41 superdelegates, 1,467. Even if you take out the superdelegates, she still has this 300 delegate lead, which is much wider than the lead Obama had over Hillary Clinton.
Absolutely. It's an uphill climb. He'd need to win about 2/3 of the remaining regular delegates. If he was to win the regular delegates, then it'd be a conversation. Superdelegates don't really belong in the Democratic Party. But it's an uphill climb, but it's such an important conversation for New Jersey to have this conversation, Kentucky, Oregon, California, the Dakotas, for every voter in the Democratic Party in America to be able to weigh in about these big issues facing. You know, we were talking about all these scandal. But there's these big issues. The fact the middle class is getting squeezed. The middle class is being left out in the cold. And Bernie's creating a clear message. It's resonating with Americans about the fact that we don't just need small changes, we need big changes. We need to put this nation back on track. And that's why it's important to carry this conversation through all of the primaries.
Let's talk about this, the questions raised in the Wall Street Journal report about the Clinton Global Initiative. What the report basically suggests is that Bill Clinton steered money, and he has these conferences, and he gets private equity, private capital to go to causes that he finds important. And one of them was this green energy firm that was partly owned by a friend of his, and he steered $2 million towards it. Now, the Clinton Foundation says there's nothing untoward at all. This is what he does, but it is a for-profit organization. Is this kind of thing, do you think it's going to hurt her?
Of course it is. She's going to continue to struggle with all voters because of a perception of an inability to be honest.
And Donna, you say there's nothing untoward here at all.
Well, first of all, it's very difficult to disprove a lie in this culture because what we have today...
But what's a lie of what I just said?
Because there was zero money exchange. What Bill
Clinton
did...
It was a pledge.
It was a pledge. What Bill Clinton did, and a lot of foundations, and everyone knew this, Jake, including the Republicans like Carla Fiorina, like, I don't know, the Bush family, that have gone to these Clinton Global Initiatives where they basically identified people with money to help these causes. In this case, a green energy company that insulates low-income houses. This is a good cause, but instead of talking about the cause, we got to talk about the controversy because, of course, the only thing that keeps the Republican Party going at night, because they can't have any issues, is this whole issue of trying to find a scandal. There's no scandal. This is discredited book. I read it. It's salacious journalism, and it should not be in the Wall Street Journal.
As quickly as possible.
It's the Wall Street Journal. It's not the Inquirer. Look, everybody knows what we're getting with the Clintons. We're getting a family that blurs lines between philanthropy, politics, and business. That's just what it is. There are no saints running for president this year. Take your choice, folks. I think we know all the warts that come with both of them. And, and frankly, she should release the transcript and he should release the tax returns. The American people should make this a decision, as bad as our choices are, as informed as we can be.